told you you so extra, but I know I'm the same.
What's up, everybody? What is up? It is your girl EJ, and we are back, y'all. Back to talk about From. Now, if you're not watching From, then you definitely got to be checking this one out. This is on MGM Plus, and it is a banger, y'all. I got my girl Tamika's Den in the building. What's good, boo boo?
Hey, I'm excited to talk about this.
Okay.
I love me some From. Hey, Shannon.
Hey, Shannon. Listen, I love From too. It is actually, and the crazy part about it, I was like, I wish I had started talking about it prior to, so that people would know, like, hey, we talk about From too. But I was like, definitely gonna start talking about it during season 3, because see, for me, I only got a chance to watch the first season initially because it was on MGM Plus, and I was like, I ain't gonna get another season. But I saw the first season on Prime when they had it for free.
Okay.
And then I came back when I had no choice but to get MGM Plus. I was like, I just got to get it because I need to see the rest of this. So then I finally got it, and I got all caught up. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was loving this in season 1. I can't remember. I don't think I had a channel yet in season 1. And then season 2, I was going to talk about it, but I was like, is people going to really come and watch? I was kind of scared, but now I'm like, all right, I got somebody to talk about it with.
Okay. At this point, we just got to talk about whatever, and people who like it will come, and or we'll be putting some people on, and they'll start looking at it. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to talk about the stuff that we like to watch. It is what it is. We are eclectic people, so listen. Episode 1, right out the gate, I was just sitting there with my mouth open, especially at the end of the episode. I was like, really. I was just, it was a lot going on. What's up to everybody in the chat that's come through so far? But it was a lot going on. But we started actually right where we left off with Tabitha. She done made it out somehow, some way. She found the lighthouse. The little boy pushed her out, and now she is back in the real world. And I am just like, why? I kept trying to figure out why are we at this particular place at this particular time? What's going on? Like, I was just like, I had a 50-11 questions right from the jump, right? What are your overall thoughts of just the show coming back out, and then kind of talk to me about Tabitha?
Yeah, I couldn't wait, and it seemed like we got right to it, which I definitely appreciate. And like, we picked right back up where we left off. And definitely I wanted to know, like, is this the real world, or did she just go to another daggone dimension that got some more shenanigans going on? So I was skeptical about that. And now, of course, we know that she in the hospital. They want to call the popo. Okay, they like, listen, we got to find out what's going on, where you get these marks from, where you been at. So yeah, I was just like, Lord. But I mean, Tabitha was being quick on her feet. She was being smart. She hurried up and put them damn clothes on. Like, I ain't got time to be waiting around here.
Okay, that part. She was like, I got to go. I got to go. Now, what I did find interesting, I wondered how she would play this. Like, I wondered how she would she go back to her family? What would she actually say if she went back to her family without her family? Would somebody think that she did something to her family?
Exactly.
Like, so many questions. I was like, so how, if I were her, how would I play this out? And I can't really be mad at the way that she did it, because I'm pretty sure she was thinking the same thing. Like, I can't just pop up and these people are going to have questions. But what I found most interesting is that she was still seeing the little boy.
Like, yeah, that threw me off. I'm like, okay, is this something that's just in her head that she just seeing, or is he able to still, contact her and send messages from there? Like, that had me a little skeptical as far as her seeing the boy in white.
I thought that was interesting, because I'm like, okay, now I'm really wondering about some things. So meanwhile, back in the other world, in the other land, in the other wherever they are, We got Boyd who is still seeing he's still seeing the preacher. I can't think his name off the top of my head right now, but he is still seeing him, and we know that he is gone. We know that he gone to the upper room or something, but he's still seeing him. I feel like almost like he's his conscious almost. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, it feels like that's exactly what he is. He's just there to kind of guide him and lead him in this way. But I don't know. I be feeling bad for Boyd. What's your thoughts on Boyd, the character, just in general?
Yeah, they definitely be having him stress the hell out. He be trying to hold it together, okay, and do what he got to do, but they be doing the most. I agree. I feel like it's his subconscious, and it was funny how he said, like, when they had me over there with my supposed wife, I know that really wasn't her. So what does that make you? That was a good question, but for me, it seems like it's more so just his thoughts.
Yeah, absolutely. I wholeheartedly 100% agree. I really feel like he's just there, just, he is that conscious. Now, little man been working my nerves since the beginning. Like he irritates the hell out of me. Look, what's his name? Ethan. He get on my
Ethan irks
nerves.
me and his daddy irks me. Jim have his times when I'll be over him too, to be honest. But yeah, Ethan is definitely doing the damn most. Okay.
Okay. I'm just like, why don't we understand? Why don't we learn from our past lessons? Like Ethan, why we keep having to go through this, And then we got Julie out here. She mad, or I don't know if she mad at him or if she shook from the situation that happened to her. I don't really know which one it is.
Yeah, I think she just still shook from the situation. I think at first it was like, okay, we got to go find Ethan. Then once she seen that, he had him, it's like, okay, I need just a minute to myself, and also letting him know like none of this is your fault, but I ain't got time. I'm still dealing with my own trauma. That's how I took it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Julie has definitely come a long way with herself because I remember back in season 1 when she chose to go stay at um the colony house or
Yeah.
whatever. I was like, girl, this is not going to end well for you. I just wouldn't want to be around all those people because the slightest little mess up, it's too many people and it's too many unknowns. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
might accidentally just decide that they done and want to take everybody out, which we have seen some of these things kind of happen,
Mm-hmm.
so that's why I would not want to stay at the colony house. Like if I had to pick one of them, I'm like, nah, just give me one of these little houses where I can control who gonna live. I'm gonna have all the windows nailed down. Like, not doing this. But they find
Mhm.
Ethan, of course, and then Jim decides that he gonna take his raggedy tail out in the like. Tamika, talk to me about this because Jim
Yeah,
irks me.
I get that. Yeah. On one hand, he's just worried about his wife, of course, and want to make sure she okay. He's also like, well, Ethan was about to take his behind to go look for her, so I'm not gonna have my son go out there to look. And I'm as his father, don't do it. I got it, but at the same time, it's like Jim. We supposed to think logically right now on what's the most important thing that we need to do, and then sit down, have whatever conversation you need to have with Ethan. But you thinking that is a good idea for you to run out here and stay overnight? Like, I was just like, really? That was your answer? Like, that's really what you think the smartest thing to do right now?
Exactly. Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
he doing the absolute most, and I'm just like, and what's his name? Boyd is like trying to tell him, like, look, don't do this. Like trying to tell him the dangers that are really out there.
Right.
And I get that you're trying to go save your wife, but at the same time, if she ain't came back by now, bro, like, come on now. One of two things happen: either she got out
Exactly.
or she got out. One or the other. That's it. So what's the
Hmm.
point? Now, Fatima is going through it. Fatima is going through. What are your whole thoughts on this whole pregnancy of hers? Like, do you think that this is going to be some weird baby situation?
I feel like it is a big chance that it could be. Yeah, okay. I know we was calling for those that watch Power. We was calling Tariq baby, Demon baby, but this may be the real official demon seed happening in Fatima right now. That's what I'm curious to see because I don't think anybody else has ever been pregnant there. We don't know, but so yeah, I'm scared for her. I'm nervous for her. I don't know if she just having your normal, pregnancy aches and pains, or if it could be something more happening there. Hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah, me either. I'm like, I don't really know what it is. I feel like I feel like it's awkward and it's weird that she all of a sudden is pregnant and she was told that. And I know that, people are told that they can't have children, but it was something very specific about the way that she talked about how she wasn't supposed to be able to conceive children. And now in this particular place where she's at, now she's conceived. I really think that you're right. I think this really is about to be a demon spawn. The only difference is that, with Diana and Tariq's baby, that baby really the baby really gonna be a demon spawn. This baby right here got two loving, good parents, and supposedly, allegedly, but I think something else done impregnated her.
Yeah.
That's my thought.
I could really see that happening, but homegirl that was knocking at the door, she was irking my damn nerves. As far as I'm concerned, she could be one of the first ones to be taken out.
Okay.
I was like, girl, you obviously hear her in there being sick, and then you want to, you eating for two and have all these complaints. And I said, if you only got to pee, go out in the bushes, go outside, use the leaf.
Okay, that part.
I'm like, she was irritating me.
She irritated me too. And I'm just like, is this the only bathroom inside of this big old
house?
I
think in this big house they would have more than one shoot. My apartment, I got two.
Okay. I was like, because this thing got like about 3 or 4
Right.
floors. I'm like, come on now. I know y'all got more than one bathroom. But of course, I can't think of his name right now. What's his name? The son's name.
Wait 1 minute, child. Y'all know I be going blank with names too. We be talking about so many daggone shows. Ellis.
Ellis. I knew it started with I was gonna say Elias, but Ellis. Ellis is worried about his girl, his fiance, technically wife now. I mean, in theory, because they did get married, per se. And since the rules don't really apply and wherever they at anyway, they married to me. So, he's worried about her. And according to her, she ain't really been eating anyway. So why old girl talking about you?
Yeah, you talking about something, we running out of food and you eating for two. I mean, it seems like she can't hold nothing down. So she ain't really having an appetite. So, I mean, how much is she really taking from you?
Exactly. Just doing the absolute most. But I know he feels like kind of helpless. But then Donna, of course, there's a crisis going on and she needs him. And so they're going to run out. And we'll talk about their crisis here in just a second. But we got to get back to Jim and his shenanigans and what he got going on. And then oh my goodness. Everybody just want to run themselves out in these woods. I do not understand. Like on one hand, I do understand, but on the other hand, I don't. But Boyd, instead of trying to talk him out of it, he's just like, look, these are some of the things you need to look for this. And I feel like every time somebody tries to go out, like I feel like everybody ends up in different places, like honestly, I don't know where everybody be headed to, because I'm like, everybody is going in a different spot. When he was headed out, I know they were trying to get to the tower and they were trying to go up higher because you could see the light tower. But when Tabitha went out, she went straight into the tree. I forgot, faraway tree. She went straight into the faraway tree and boom, she was right at the place where the lighthouse was. So I'm just like, is it a specific faraway tree? And if so, why come Victor didn't tell nobody? Because he the one who told Tabitha where it was.
Yeah, that's my thing too. First of all, these people don't talk to each other enough for me. That would solve a whole lot of stuff. And then we're also kind of seeing, like, I believe they said this weather change never happened before. Victor also mentioned the trees moving, like certain things is happening now that wasn't happening before. They are definitely ending up different places, and you would think one of the people they would have spoke to was Victor. He could be a more of a help than any of them. That was the three that's in here having this meeting right now. He could have gave them more information because Victor seemed to be the one that knows the most about it because he's been there the longest. But no, we're not going to talk to him. We're going to just sit here and argue back and forth, and then Kenny going to say, oh, I'm going to go with him. Like if he's supposed to be some big protector. I'm just like, okay, I guess.
Kenny was irking my nerves too. I'm like, Kenny, sit your behind down somewhere. Jade is so fun to me. He is so freaking funny. He irks my nerves sometimes, but at the same time, I find myself just laughing at him. And I really find myself gravitating towards this character just because I don't know what it is about him. He just different. When he first got there though, I could not stand him.
Yeah, Jay was definitely annoying, but I feel like he is using his brain. Like, he's trying to be useful with some things, even though he be a pain in the daggone behind. And he's at least trying to work out some theories and do some investigating. And he did go to Victor at one point to try to get info. I just want all of them to be like, is a town meeting. I'm going to tell you my info, get this info, and we put it all together. That's what I feel like they have been lacking in doing. But I do appreciate that, even though everybody else is kind of looking at him like he crazy right now, especially with this part. But I appreciate that he's at least trying to gather information and get some theories going as to what exactly is happening and how the heck we could get out of here.
And what's funny though, Tamika, is that him and Tabitha were working together and Tabitha did get out. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if everybody had just really pulled all of their resources together and when I say resources, their information together and just really worked on this as a whole instead of everybody trying to work on it individually. Now, I do understand that every time a new person comes in, they're more ignited to want to find a way out because they just got there. And the people that are already there, they don't want to get that hope built up because they're already at that point where, like, we've been here for X amount of time. And at this point, I did get my hopes up when I first came, but now I'm just trying to have some sense of normalcy, which is what you saw in season 1. You saw them trying to have a normal, like, as much as they possibly could, but now, like you said, everybody just needs to be sharing information because, like I said, if Tabitha could get out, then if we had some of those key pieces, because Jay knows that she was following the children. But the thing is, the children don't pop up for everybody. Like, it's just, it's so crazy to me. This is such a well put together show, to be fair. They be having me all over the place.
Yeah, I agree.
So back in the real world, we got Tabby. She decides to go ahead and break down and ask to call. She has to use their phone, right, to borrow the phone. That one little girl was irking my nerves when she was just doing too much with her extra self. But she uses the phone. She calls her mom, and her mom is like, "We've been looking for you. We got the police out here looking for you." Can you imagine all these people who have? Because there's a lot of people out there. But every time you watch this, I think you see more and more people. Like, literally, I see some extra people. I'm like, I don't remember these people being there. I'm like, where are these people coming from? But can you imagine all the people of these families just looking for their loved ones and just not having anywhere to start because they're just disappearing without a trace? Like, literally.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like freaking missing signs all over the place, right? So I'm glad we did get that with her calling her mom and her, being worried and concerned for her, asking her where the hell she at. That probably would be one of the first things I would try to do too. But it did at the same time. I was like, girl, I guess it was best not to. But in my mind, I'm like, I would have been telling my mama to meet me somewhere, bring me some food. Like, mom, don't say nothing to nobody. But she kept it short and sweet and to the point. Like, be good. I'll tell you more about it another time. Don't worry. But of course, your mother's still gonna damn worry. You just saying that, after you've been missing for all this time, that ain't gonna soothe her.
But she was smart when she made it seem like the whole family was
right.
together.
Yeah, she didn't go into no details at all. I thought that was good. She's like, everybody said hey. Like, what?
Because she knows that no one's gonna believe this story. It's such a far-fetched story to believe. Unless you live it, you're not gonna believe it. So I feel like that's kind of where she was at. And at the same time, I really think that she thinks that they would think that she had something to do with it and that her family is truly like she's unalive
right.
or something, and she can't really risk that if she's gonna figure out where they are. Meanwhile, back in the town, of course, we got Kenny has decided that he's gonna leave. I was so over, what's her name, Christy? I was so over Christy last season. I said, I don't listen, if it wasn't for the fact that she had the doggone medical skills, she kick rocks too. I don't know, her and her wife or fiance, whoever she is, they was doing too much for me. But one of my favorite characters is his mom. I just love his mom.
Yeah, I like her too. I love her too because I feel like one, she actually be coming up with smart ideas. She be thinking. Two, she over here, feeding the community, holding it down. But I definitely felt like these was foreshadowing moments. One, when he was saying that he didn't want Ethan to have to lose like two parents. He already know what it feels like to lose a parent, and then her being here saying, "Listen, come back. I don't want to lose nobody else again." I'm like, ah.
Okay.
And he telling both of them, "Oh, calm down. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna be fine." I'm like, "Okay, Kenny."
Yeah, that one was
Mm-hmm.
tough right there. That one was
Mm-hmm.
really tough. Then we got Ethan, little badass. He just a badass. He irks my nerves because he just always trying to do. He be doing too much for me. I'm like, Ethan, just sit your behind down. Like, how many times we got to tell you to sit down? You done been here long enough to understand the dangers of what's going on at this point. He irked my soul. But Jim is saying goodbye. He's saying goodbye to his children, letting them know he's about to go out and look for their mom and stuff. And they just want him to be safe, But at the same time, I feel like they're glad he's going out to look for her,
Mm-hmm.
even though I think it was idiotic. But it is what it is. I get why he's doing it. As a parent, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
But there are two folds to that though, because as a parent, you also are like, I don't want to have my children be without both of their parents. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like that's the
Yeah.
other part of it that I was more leaning towards as well. But here's a big issue though. So we get to this part right here, and we have a huge issue when that whole storm situation came in. All the crops are they out of there. Talk to us about that scene where Donna's explaining everything that's going down.
Yeah, it's really feeling like whatever this is that's happening here is more pissed off and is making it a lot harder for them. Now we can't grow our crops like we was growing it. The weather's changing. It was funny too because when Boyd was having that conscious or hallucination, whatever you want to look at it as, he says something about, "Oh well, we got blankets, just throw them on and we'll keep warm, like we gonna make do." But now you get here and it's like, listen, all the food is rotten. What the hell are we supposed to do? What's supposed to happen now? What the hell are we gonna eat on? It's not looking good, honey. And we was already saying the food was scarce. We already want to curse Fatima out and say she eating too much. So it's like, if everything is rotten, then what the hell is really gonna be our options? Mm-mm-mm.
Okay, that part. And we're always like, I know Boyd is supposed to be Boyd when he came there, which I loved. I loved how he came there and he got things in order and kind of just got
Mm-hmm.
people like or he just kind of organized thing. And that's kind of how he
Yeah.
became the sheriff, because he was the one who was able to kind of pull everybody together and get them on like a little system or whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
right? But now everything is starting to fall apart. They're looking at Boyd. They want him to be able to kind of find solutions, but Boyd is at the end of his rope with these solutions. And now that the food problem has gotten out, like people know about it, they end up right over here where they know the food is, and they're like, look, we finna go up here and get this food. It's like people are starting to panic. So instead of people coming together and trying to create a plan, a survival plan, everybody is out for themselves,
Yeah.
which is not how it was created.
Mm-mm. This is where it definitely gets to be more dangerous. The way they came and disrespected Mrs. Lou, I definitely did not like that at all. And this is, I mean, that's how it be in that. I could see that in the real world. I could definitely see that happening because the minute we get scared, that fear, everybody gonna be for themselves. They don't care who else don't have. They trying to grab up everything. So that was definitely realistic to me, but that's not good. Like at the end of the day, we got real monsters, so to speak, that we got to be fighting against. So we don't need to be fighting against each other. We need to be figuring out how we can make this last longer for all of us. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. And she tried to keep him out, but she just couldn't. She was like, get out
mhm.
my
Yes.
house. But they just wouldn't. But then we got what's his name? Randy's, whatever his name is,
Oh, he
Randall.
another one that I can't stand that could definitely go. But all the a-holes always last the longest. He
That part.
irritates my damn nerves.
He really irritate me too. He over here trying to steal a goat, and you gonna try to steal the baby goat too. Even you gonna
Mhm.
try to steal the smaller smallest goat out here, little Alma. And Ethan is not having it. Like, leave my goat alone. Leave this goat alone. But we all know that the goats, the cows, they're there to provide the milk and the eggs. That's how they've been able to survive out here this entire time, right? I'm trying to figure out what you finna do with the goat. Where you gonna preserve the goat at? Because once you unalive the goat, then what are you going to do? You got to be able to keep the meat.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, say you stay on the bus. You don't even stay in one of the houses with the fake electricity. Like, come on. Like, what are we doing? So I just didn't understand what his whole purpose was even. And he's been starting a lot of mess since he got there. Like, ever since the people on the bus got there, specifically him, it's been worse. Like, it's literally been worse. It's been chaos.
Yeah, I agree. And I was like, listen, I have my times that Victor be wearing me down as well, but I appreciated Victor coming with the daggone hammer. Like, listen, you ain't getting through here today. You and the go to be gone.
Okay, that part. Victor was not playing no games with him. Victor said, I'm gonna need you to do better. Meanwhile, we got these jokers out in the woods, girl. And now I'm looking at all these little things that they seeing in these little houses, and I'm like, who live out here? Because somebody has built these houses. Somebody has built, these little figures or whatever it is. I don't know if it's supposed to keep things out, but somebody at some point lived out here. If they don't,
it definitely feels like we was mentioning before, like each season we're seeing a little bit more, because when the people from the bus came, then I think that was the first time we saw like the lake and another area. Now this is the first time believe we see in this area where it's like whole little cabins, huts, I don't know what you want to call them, built, and I don't know what them things are supposed to be that's hanging up there, child, but it did not look like somewhere where we needed to be like, oh, we gonna stay here tonight. That's what I do know. And it was like Kenny was bringing up, like, we can't be going in the right direction because we haven't seen any type of spider webs, and and the things that Boyd said. But child,
and Jim crazy behind
Jim like, oh well, we'll just stay in here. It's okay. I'm like, okay, Jim, child.
Like, Jim, we do not know what's even going on here, but yet that we finna stay up in here. Okay, Jim, we just gonna do this. Okay, yeah, Jim.
Yeah, because I would want to know, like, what is in this area? What put these
I had so many questions when I saw that, but I just was like, okay, here we go. Here we freaking go. And I'm like, this is something that somebody built. Like, we can tell that somebody built this out in the thing. And I'm like, what was going on here? I feel like there's so many mysteries and so many stories that we just don't know. And
how many other people have just, I guess, been there through the years? Who was the original people that was there? The more answers you get, the more questions. Because I mean, this had like the whole little place, like for them to set up the fire in the fireplace and stuff. I was like, okay.
It was all set up. So I was like, it has to be, somebody had to have been living there, and it was multiple of the houses.
Right.
Now, child, we got our girl Tabby. She say, listen, I can't talk to nobody, but I'm going to go talk to this priest. So she done went to talk to the priest to tell him. And I'm glad he was there for her, though, to, kind of have a conversation with her and talk to her, because I don't know what I would do either. Talk about the conversation and, kind of tell us what was going on and what were your thoughts.
Yeah, I could understand after everything she been through. One, just from being in the damn Fromville and going through that, and two, she still struggles with the loss of her son. So obviously she struggles with having faith. And here it is when the priest started trying to be like, things about God and faith. She's like, nope, don't even do it, don't try it. Okay, because if that was the case, God, why did God let this happen and that happen? That's something that I think a lot of people have felt and said at one time or another. And then it was funny because she literally laid out everything that pretty much happened to her, like a short version of it, straight, quick, and to the point. And like you said, that story would sound crazy. Who's gonna believe that? But I like the fact that the priest wasn't really taking each word she said literally. He kind of was being calm about it and being like, okay, well, did you eat something? Like she mentioned Victor and the lunchbox that he made was in the lunchbox. And so the priest did come into a help, actually, not in the way that, you may have expected it. But then she noticed the address in the bottom of the mailbox, which apparently this whole time she didn't pay any attention to. I was actually looking to see, like, okay, what did Victor make her, and was it still there? Like, I don't know why, but that came to my mind. Like, he supposedly fixed or something, but with everything that's happening with the food and the fact that she traveled, is it still even there?
I said the same thing.
But they didn't really, hone in on that. We see the address and she's like, oh, wait a minute. So then I was like, okay, so is this set up like specifically so that she would have been led to where his house was and it would be easier for her to get there to, I don't know, child, just speculating. But out of all the places she could have ended up, the fact that she wasn't far from there or was somewhere that she could travel to, that's on the address in the box, I'm like, so did Victor's purposely, like, did he know that the tree was gonna send her there, or it just so happens to be a coincidence? I don't think it's no coincidences though, but
I really feel like she's being led some kind of way, like whoever's trying to help. I feel like I don't know. It just feels like she's being led there because we know that everybody came from different places.
Right.
Like, nobody has come from the same place, but they always end up right at that tree. They always see the road, all that type of stuff. So how did she just so happen to end up in Maine? Because she asked them when she gets there, like, where am I? Like, where are we? And they were like, you're in Cambridge, you're in Maine or whatever.
Right.
So it was just interesting that you just so happen to end up in the same place that Victor, who happens to be one of the oldest people there. Victor has been there for over 40 years.
Yes.
From the time he was a kid. And you just happen to end up in that place. So that's interesting. So I was like, okay, so we got to be going somewhere with this. So meanwhile, we got him. This is interesting too. He's interesting too because he has all these dreams, and he's very connected as well. Like, everybody is seeing something different. They're feeling like everybody has. I won't say everybody, but the some of the people seem like they have more connections than others. And right now, he's been trying to stay awake because he don't want to dream. He don't want to dream because he's seen some kind of, I don't even know what that thing was, child. Let me see if I can find the picture of that thing, because I was like, what is that?
Yeah, he's interesting to me. I want to find out like where we're going to go with him, because I do feel like everybody is connected in different ways and we all have our different tests, I guess, that we're going to be put up against. But I feel like with him, saying, like, I think if I remember it correctly, because I haven't revisited the last season recently, but he kind of dreamt about or knew about this place beforehand, and he already had a funny feeling before the bus even stopped there, kind of like Final Destination vibes. And then when he get there, he's already seeing things and feeling things quickly. And then of course he almost gets damn drowned in the bathtub, and now he keeps seeing this lady. So it seemed like he's a big part of the key, I think.
I think so too. And I think, like you said, once everybody really starts talking to each other, they might actually just figure that out. I was like, what in the world is you seeing? So he's seeing something in his sleep. He finally wakes up. And you know who else I feel like is going to be a big key? Let me see if I can find her. Something about her.
Child, listen, I've been giving her the damn side eye, okay? I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but definitely something up with this lady too. She always just walking up random, saying things to different people. At one point, she was telling Ellis that everything was gonna be okay as far as the baby, and then we see her again sitting here, and I'm like, wait, is she really sitting here talking to him, or is this like, is this happening for real? And then of course we got the answer, but something going on with grandma. What's up, Nita?
And I also said, I wonder if she's even real.
Yes.
Like, that's the other thing I kept wondering. I was like, is everybody seeing her, or is certain people seeing her? Something is off with her. I just don't know what it is. What's up, Nita? Definitely, let us know, and we can always adjust a little bit. So just let us know. But yeah, something is off with her. I just feel it in my spirit. I really feel like something ain't right with her. But I like you said, I don't know if it's good or bad. That's the thing. I really don't know. And Victor, at this point, I feel like Victor, to me, I feel like Victor at this point, he just there. I don't know what it is. It feel like Victor, he ain't really gave up, but at the same time, he can't remember something. Something I don't
Yeah.
know what's real, what's not. He just done been there for so long. I don't know how he do it, to be
Yeah,
honest.
and that's another story that I'm really curious to see where we gonna go with him this season, because last season with us finding out that he don't remember certain things was just coming back to him. That really intrigued me too.
And his mom. So tell me something, because this part I cannot remember, and then we're gonna talk about it at the end too. But when he was there, when we learned some of his story, was he just there with his mom and his sister, or or was his dad there ever?
I don't think his dad was there. I believe it was his mom and his sister. And the mom tried to do the same thing that Tabitha did with going to the tower or the
Mm-hmm.
lighthouse, whatever. And then him and the sister was supposed to stay there, but sis went running her dad going behind out. So, oh, child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, that is just so weird to
So I
me.
think it may have been like the mom, him, and the sister that disappeared, and maybe dad wasn't with them, and he never knew what happened to them. He probably had them missing for all these years, and probably well, I'll wait till we get there, because I'm thinking that's why he had that reaction. It's probably been reporters and all kind of stuff harassing him through these years. That's what I'm
I was
thinking.
saying that he did something to him, like we were
Mm-hmm.
saying about Tabitha. So we'll
Yeah.
talk about it in a minute when we get there. But anyway, we got old Boyd. Let me see what was
Hey,
happening in this
Yuli.
one. This is when they're trying to figure out the food situation, because this whole food situation, Boyd is like, so if we go ahead and off one of these big old cows, how long can we live off of this cow? Like, because now he got to figure out something, because all the they can't grow anything. And what's her name? Lou,
Miss
Lou,
Lou.
Miss Lou. Yeah, she is like, we got to find better soil. We got
Yeah,
to.
I thought that was a good idea, and she was saying to put it in different places. EJ, can you bring that comment up?
Which one?
That's at 856. I don't know if I'm saying the name right. Yuli,
Oh,
you
okay.
what?
Hold on, let me pull this thing up.
Wondering if Victor's father, and wondering if Fatima's pregnancy is not of the place. Well, I don't think Victor's father has ever been there. That's what we was just talking about. As far as Fatima's pregnancy, we spoke a little bit about that when we first started. I don't know if that's her and Ella's baby. I just don't know. I feel like she did get pregnant because she's in the place, because we was mentioning how she said the doctors had told her she could never have a baby. So it just seems like it's, not saying it's impossible. Miracles do happen, and sometimes doctors is wrong. But just the fact that she's been there, also, I don't think they ever had a pregnant person there before. So definitely, child, I don't know. I guess we will get some more answers. I'm hoping we're gonna get some more answers this season.
For sure, for sure. Definitely. And your next comment, I'm wondering why the monsters are getting we definitely gonna talk about that when we get towards the end, because I had a lot of thoughts about that, and because I feel like that was really, really interesting. I feel like they've been playing in our face for a minute, but we gonna talk about it. So
Mm-hmm.
Ethan with his self. Ethan, I tell you, this little boy be irking me, girl.
He's like an old man trapped in a little boy's body.
Yes, he is. He done heard them talking about the cows and the goats and stuff. When they mentioned them goats, Ethan said, "Oh hell no, y'all is not gonna be out here trying to off Alma like this." But
Mm-hmm.
later he does, come to the understanding, like, hey, just take her out first so that she don't have to watch
Right.
all the rest of her
It was
friends
like,
go. So he gets it. He understands more
yeah.
than most as far as kids are concerned. It's just he just be irritating my soul sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still a little cute little old man in a little boy's body. That's exactly what he is. So meanwhile, we get Tabitha, and so we can talk about it now, because this is right when it's about to happen. And I just hate that it never comes back. I was
Yes.
like just waiting on pins and needles, waiting for it to come back. But I was like, oh, okay, y'all gonna do that, huh? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I will say they did get to a lot in this first episode, just as far as what they showed us in the trailer. Like, in a way, I thought it was gonna kind of, come a little bit later. So I was like, oh, they really getting right to it. But yeah, I wanted to see more once we got to this part. But yeah, he already came out that car like, get away from my house. That makes me feel like he's been being harassed probably for years.
Absolutely. And so like we were saying earlier, I personally think that they have accused him of unaliving his family, but because they have no bodies, they can't pin it on him because they don't have any evidence to say
Right.
so. So at this point, it's public opinion and things like that. So and now you could tell he's probably drinking himself into a stupor because what he looked like a drunk. I mean, he looked like he'd been throwing them back.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. I
So
agree. He probably just been wallowing in his sorrows, and then for him to turn around and notice that she got the daggone lunchbox and be like, "Where the hell did you get that from?" And then she recognizing like, "Oh, you're his father." Oh God! Like, I want to know what this conversation is gonna be because he gonna think she nuttier than a fruitcake, probably.
okay, but the fact that she got that lunchbox, I don't know. It's going to be interesting because we don't know what he thinks. Like, we don't know what he really truly believes. He probably thinks
Right.
maybe his wife ran off with the kid or whatnot. I mean, that's probably what he thinks, but I don't know. Oh, that part is irritating me because not irritating me in the sense of irritating me, but irritating me that I wanted more of that scene because I just wanted to know what his thoughts were going to be, what he was going to say next. And then I was like, we're not going to get it. So I'm ready. I'm ready for the next. I hope we get it on the next episode. I really do.
Yeah, I can agree with that because with the comment that says Victor and Ethan have opposite personalities, it's like Ethan feels like a little kid trapped in an old man's body, and Victor is like an old man trapped in a kid's body because he's pretty much still in the state that he was in as when he went in there and got stuck as a kid, So
and
of
then we
course he
also
has more knowledge of the things that's going on there, but still kind of a kid. So I could see that.
Absolutely. And then we also know that, he has this guilt about his sister.
Right.
So, that probably plays a lot to do with it too, because mentally he's probably really traumatized.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He was traumatized so much that he blocked that whole part out. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that does happen for real. Like when people have trauma and certain memories just completely wiped out.
I was screaming at that little girl. I said, if you don't sit your behind down, you heard what your mama said, and now you're gonna take off running, and now Victor, I gotta feel bad because you done ran your little butt off somewhere. But no, he really is traumatized, like heavily. And so the father, of course, sees this and he's like, what? And you could tell it's all in his face, like, oh
yeah.
Man, this is gonna be interesting. I need to see where they going with this. Then we got Jim. Talk to me about Jim, girl, because Jim do too much.
Yeah, and like I said, I get to a certain point the train of thought, but Jim just worked my damn legs, baby. I don't know, because when you have the captions on, it actually said that it was footsteps, but it sounded like it was some damn knocking. Either way, it scared the hell out of me. Like, I really want to know what the hell is gonna be going on. But the fact that he just thought, oh, we'll go in here, we'll have the talisman, we gonna chill in here, it ain't no big thing. And then it take for that to happen and him really to stop and think, like, at the end of the day, this is not what my wife would have wanted. She already kind of spoke to me and told me what her plans was, and it makes no sense for my kids to end up not having either one of their parents. Because first he had the idea like they was gonna keep going and go to a higher ground so they could look everywhere. It dawns on us like obviously we in the wrong damn direction because we haven't seen anything that Boyd said we was gonna see. And it's like that's an afterthought to him as opposed to him actually thinking about that beforehand. I don't know, child. I'll try to sympathize with Jim, but at the same time, he's definitely one of those people that have irritated me throughout the 2 seasons.
Absolutely. He has been very, very irritating. So we got to talk about one of the biggest moments of this entire episode. This right here is where all the spidey senses started tingling. Like you got to the edge of your seat because you just knew that
Mm-hmm.
stuff was about to go. When I tell you that, I was like, you mean to tell me that they've been playing in our faces this entire time? Like, because I always wondered, like, okay, like how much interaction do they really have with everything that's around? Like, do they just come in and unalive the people? Like, but how much real interaction do they have? How much sense do they have? Like, is it like, how some of the zombies are and some of the other
Mm-hmm.
things that we see? Some of them can't really think, like the clickers, and some of those are like, you know what I'm saying, like some of these, because it's all different types of zombies apparently depending on what show. But you know what I mean, like some of them are just kind of brain dead, and so and all they have is like a lust for whatever, they hear a sound and they go to, you know what I'm saying. But I was wondering about that because these people actually take on a lot of human form. And you know what else I noticed, Tamika, about these things? Let me see if I can find some of these pictures. Look at the different things that they have on. Look at how each one of them actually looks. I'm trying to see if I can find any of their pictures. You have the older lady, looks like she's probably like a grandmother. You got the milkman, right? You got the you got the lady who works at the bar, you got the cheerleader. Like, I was looking at all the different types of people that it
Mm-hmm.
is, and it got me to thinking about like how did this place come to be? Did something happen in this place and all of these people that were in the place died and now they're like haunting this place or something like that? Because this seems like it seems like all of these people are the people of the town.
Yeah, that's where I get stuck at because I don't have no big theories, y'all. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I've been watching Tony Cephalon, shout out to him for years, and also E-Man. I don't have big theories, but I did kind of have like the same thought as you, where I was like, okay, is this people that died here, that stuck here for whatever reason? Then it kind of gives me that experimental feel, like we got these people here, and I forget what show was out a couple years back too, where they had like the government type of experiments going on in this town. I know I was all into that one. And then I was also feeling like it could be a alien type of situation because I feel like a lot of TV shows and movies, you have the aliens that's kind of looking at the humans like, let me see what these dummies gonna do. It just give me a mixture of like those three things. I don't know which way we gonna be going. And I'm like, I hope this ain't gonna be like it's somebody damn dream or whatever. But I feel like it's one of those things because we've even seen when Sarah thought that she was hoping like some kind of way they was telling her it would set you free for y'all to be able to go home, and you would be setting us free too if you did certain things. I think Victor talked about them telling him to do certain things and that was going to help them get out, but it's like, is it really going to help you out or they just trying to trick you? But now we seeing them advance in ways that he's saying they never did before. So obviously, I don't know if they got more mad and pissed off. That's what it seems like with Boyd, and the fact that he's like, y'all not gonna break me, y'all can't take me down, and they like, okay, we gonna show you. So now they stepped it up. Then we had the cicadas, and being as though we see those big webs every damn where, but we haven't seen a spider yet. I'm assuming there's probably some big spiders out there too that we haven't seen yet. So I don't know, y'all. Like, if y'all know, definitely put it in the comments and tell us. But I'm leaning towards one of those three things. I don't know what's happening. And is it like good ones and bad ones, or is just everybody bad? That's the whole thing. Because it seemed like, and then I'm confused too. I always thought when they put the talisman up, I get it, they're not supposed to go outside at night, which is why I get so pissed off with this part as well. Because I'm like, couldn't we have just let the animals keep roaming and pick them up later, child? I don't know. But and then normally we have the talisman in the door or the window or whatever, and we keep everything locked. And I thought it was supposed to be that they got to get invited in, but it don't seem like they have to be invited in. It seems like once you open that damn door, they just walking in.
And isn't that weird? Because you would think that they would be able to just walk in regardless. like regardless of whether or not you invited them in or not, because from what we've seen in season 1 and season 2, you literally had to, it was when you opened the door or when you opened the window, whatever the case was, you had to initiate the opening of the door. But these jokers went and opened up the barn. They went and let
Mm-hmm.
the animals out. It's like they knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah,
And it's
like,
like they were
and
doing
I
it on
definitely feel like they the ones that rotted the food. So it's literally like they taking them down and making it harder for them, thing by thing, and to plan it out for them to have to, like, what you gonna do now? What's gonna be your other resources, right? We know taking your food away from you is definitely gonna hurt you. How you gonna work around if you ain't got none of your crops and you don't have the animals?
okay.
And that's a good point too with the destroyed music box, because it seemed like stuff got amped up since then as well. With certain ones of them that was seeing and hearing the music box, and Boyd broke that up, and it seemed like that caused it to go to the next level. So each thing that's he does is like it's upping it up another level. I
And
don't
what is it
know.
about Boyd that really, really irks them? Because something about Boyd they really, really get. I don't know. It's like they wanted when Boyd was saying, you're not gonna break me, you're not gonna break me. But I feel like everybody there is trying not to be broken, right? Boyd just happens to be the leader, but you make him watch as you take down. You know what I'm saying? Like you make him watch this, and then you do it slowly. First, you pull off the piece of her head. Like it was just a lot. I was like, no, don't do it. I was like, please, like this is
Yes,
a
and now
dream. This
because
is a dream.
everybody, I know when that trailer first dropped, everybody was trying to figure out who it was gonna be, and I was kind of between her and Fatima. I mean, we were sitting here looking at the feet and everything, and I said, "Them little feet, I believe that is her." But then you wanted it to be wrong, and you didn't want it to be happening so soon. I'm like, "Oh, they came with this right out the damn gate, baby!"
Yes,
Oh
it did.
man.
It was amped up, and so I mean,
And the fact that Ethan gonna open the door, like I didn't think that's why he was gonna be opening the door either. I thought either maybe he was thinking he seen his father coming back, his mother coming back, something that you would be like, well, you really was opening up the door for a damn goat, Ethan.
come on now. And Ethan, you know that we was already about to unalive this goat. Come on now. We talked about this earlier, little boy. Stop playing with me right now. That's why I was so mad at Ethan. Every time I see Ethan, I be like, I can't stand you right now, little boy. Why you open up this door? Now, Julia, now we gotta run. We can't even close the door. We gotta run to the thing. Sarah been out here in these woods. Like, Sarah, where you been? Where you at? Sarah just popping out of nowhere. And why do I see this relationship between Randy and Julie finna happen? Randall, what's his name?
Yeah,
Randall.
Randall.
Why do I
Mm-hmm.
see this about to happen? Like I feel like it's about to be another thing. I don't know what it is. It's
Yeah, at
just
least he came in handy for something for once, for a second. I hope not, but
it's
I
either
can
gonna
see
be
it.
Julie or Sarah. It's one of them. It's just the
Mm-hmm.
way that they keep doing it. I really feel like something
Yeah.
is about. I don't know, but at least he did something good for once because I can't stand
Mm-hmm.
him. Yeah, Sarah been out here playing hide and seek for real. She been doing. I'm like, Sarah, where you been at, girl? But yeah, they out here trying to get the cows and the goats and stuff all in. Jade and them, they get theirs in. But now we know Kenny finna come back and his mama gonna be out of there. Poor baby. Like you been lost
Oh,
your
that
grandma,
broke
daddy.
my heart. Like Kenny can't catch a damn break, child. He done lost his daddy. He done had his woman that he loved have her damn fiance come there. And now his dad on mama? Like,
Listen,
no.
that's messed up. I ain't even I said, dang, Kenny. I said that's messed up, bro. Like out of
Now, if
all the things.
anybody gonna be broken, I think it's gonna be Kenny. Either it's gonna break him down, or it's gonna do the opposite, where he gonna be like, "Listen, these monsters gotta go. I don't know which way they going, but they gotta get the hell up out of here. One or the other."
I'm trying to figure out how they still got all this ammunition. I'm just wondering. I've been wondering for a minute, like where we getting the ammunition from? It's almost like the town is like, we're gonna let you live here, but you're not gonna be able to get away. Like you're not gonna be able to leave here unless figure out this riddle or figure out this way to get out of here. But we're not gonna let you leave here, but we're gonna allow you to have these resources, right? As long as you figure it out, you But now it's like they're up in the ante. They're like, oh, okay, so y'all want to play these games. Oh, so you want to try to go find a way out. So you want to go venture off in here. Oh, so boy, you want to say that we not gonna break you. Okay, we finna break you. This is what we finna do right here. First of all, we're about to change. We're about to change seasons because it's been pleasant the entire time they've been there. They don't have any bad weather. Now we finna change the seasons. And not only are we finna do that, we are about to also get rid of all of your food, right? Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, don't we see a point where winter is actually going to be there? I think we saw that in the trailer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that was never happening before either. So it's like now you got the weather changing, the trees changing, the food change. Every which way that they can hit them, they like, okay, we didn't hit y'all these ways before. Y'all thought y'all was cute. So now, any up. Yeah, they about to really put it on them now. And the other show I was thinking about was Wayward Pines, y'all. It was like a government type of situation, and
Yeah,
they
okay,
were stuck there.
Yeah, I remember that one.
But I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But I know they got me in this. I hope we get some more answers this season, though.
Okay. From is so good. Listen, guys, if you are not watching From, you have got to check out From. I know a lot of people, some people in our circle don't really like the horror and stuff like that. I don't know if I count it as super horror. I mean,
It have some parts that make you jump, but I wouldn't necessarily. It's more of a mystery to me. Like,
to me
just
too.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more of a mystery more than horror. Hey, y'all, I've been in the bushes listening a long, long time ago, about 45 minutes or so. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate you. I know you don't like the horror stuff, but I'm telling you, you just gotta check it. I'm telling you, it's not really horror. It's more of like a thriller, mystery.
It's like thriller, mystery, sci-fi. I wouldn't say it's horror to me, but they wrote me in the minute that they came to this town, and it was like, okay, you don't get out once you get here. It's like if I went somewhere and they said that, I would be like, what the hell you mean you don't get out? Like, we all been stuck here for all this damn time, and everybody's time is different. It's like, what?
Yes, please check it out. I'm telling you, just check it out. It will pull you into it. It is a really good, and it's so well put together. The storyline is so dope. I like told you, I completely binge watched season 2. I had watched season 1 as it, but season 2, I completely binged watched that one. But yeah, so that's what's up, y'all. That is what's up with this particular episode. Like we said, definitely go check it out, guys. If you're not part of the Discord, then make sure that you join the Discord. We're going to have so many different events and things going on. We talk about all the shows in the Discord as well. Right now, we just started the Discord, so we're in the middle of growing it and just trying to, get it real active. So join the Discord, y'all. We're going to have different events, different watch parties. The next event that we're about to do is going to be the Power Watch Party. So definitely make sure that you come through for that. But you got to be in the Discord in order to be a part of it all. So definitely go and join. And then if you are watching From, make sure that you subscribe to the channels. If you're not already subscribed to our channels, we're going to be talking about From all season. I'm sure we're going to get some more people up here that's going to want to talk about it, because we have other people who talk about it too, who watch it too. So yeah, so definitely make sure that y'all are subscribed to the channel. And if you're watching this on the replay, y'all definitely make sure to go ahead and type in #replay. Let me know what y'all thought about Tabby. What did y'all think about our girl getting got? What did y'all think about these doggone monsters all of a sudden getting super smart? Go ahead and drop it down all in the comments. And guys, we want to thank everybody for coming out. Miss Candy Love, y'all, thank you. This is my first time seeing you. I appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you talking with us. Daria, Inga came through, Shannon, Lemon Kush, Pepper. We appreciate all of you guys. And we're about to get up out of here. Tamika, anything that you got going on before we go?
Well, we got a lot of collabs happening. I got collabs happening with EJ, collabs happening with, the ladies, Moochie, Inga, Nita. So I'm looking forward to that. I think I will be joining for what is it, Aaron Hernandez, and then we doing the Mendez brothers. And me and EJ have some things. I think, what is this? I can't even keep up with it. It's so much stuff. It's a team I found. Looking forward to that. Of course, we'll be doing this, and then just things that I'm doing on my own is Child Sisters when that come back. Love at the Lockup, Life at the Lockup, because it's about to be the season finale for that, and then a new season starts right behind it. And then, I'm gonna be finishing out Power. I may do that as lives instead of my usual recordings because there's a lot going on. But yeah, you make sure y'all stay tuned. Y'all keep y'all notifications on. I'm also gonna try to do a review for Substance. That movie was crazy as hell, y'all. 66666. I said no, y'all didn't get Demi Moore to play in this. And then I'm gonna talk about Blink twice. I might put those up for my members first and then let everybody else give my members a little treat because I know some people did join the membership a while back and I haven't really did anything for them. And then Latoya looked out and gifted 5 memberships last night. So
yes,
I'm going to try to do something special with that. Okay.
All righty. Well, y'all already know your girl is definitely going to be with the ladies, of course. We're talking about Reasonable Doubt on Friday. Tomorrow, Tamika and I and whoever else decides to join, we'll be talking about Fight Night. If you're not looking at Fight Night, you definitely got to check that one out. That one is a banger. On like she said, next week we're going to start talking about Zatima, of course, and then we also have 2 more episodes of Power, and y'all know we're going to be locked in. We riding this thing all the way out until the wheels fall off. So we have our after party that happens right after the show. Every single episode we're on right after the show. We stay up and we talk about Power Book of Ghosts 2, and we are having the watch party like I talked about earlier. So definitely make sure y'all come through for that. And then we just have a lot of, like, everybody has a lot of different little panels that they're on and different shows because there's so much TV. Y'all know it's fall, so TV is out and about. And like Tamika said, we're going to be talking about Found. It comes back on next week. That's another one. If you're not looking at Found, man,
yes,
you're missing out on
definitely
the
check
treat.
it out. Yes.
Definitely got to check out Found. That is a great show. But we'll be talking about that one. Candy, Love, and I, we're going to actually be talking. We're going to, listen, I'm going to do my first reality show for the first time in a while, y'all. And it will ever, really. But we're going to, well, no, I did one a long time ago. But we're going to talk about Queen's Court. We're going to do that. It comes out next week. So we're going to actually be talking about that as well. So yeah, just stay tuned. We got a lot of different content coming out, a variety of content coming out. So a little something for everybody, sprinkling a little of everything in. And yeah, we're about to get up out of here and we will talk to you guys later. Peace.